I've reviewed over 100 AliExpress cycling upgrades on this channel, but here's 9 that I've not talked about before that are genuinely really good value for money. They all cost between about $3 to $100 and I've tested them all out in real world use, so I'll give you my honest opinions, the pros and the cons, and if you want to check out any of these products yourself, I'll drop all the AliExpress links in the description below. Now, let's get started with the Magicshine HORI 900 bike light. So a quick disclaimer before I start, Magicshine did send me this unit to review. It was released literally just a few weeks ago, so I've had about 1, maybe 2 weeks to test it out. Now, the HORI 900 has 2 features that separates it from every other bike light that I own, and I own literally more than 20 front and rear lights. And the first feature is the beam cutoff. It's like nothing I've ever experienced in any light that I have. Even lights that claim to have anti-glare technology don't come close to this. The HORI 900 creates this kind of incredible sharp line where the line stops, so you're illuminating the road perfectly without blinding oncoming traffic. But it's not just about preventing glare, it's the way that this light spreads across the ground. Instead of creating a narrow spotlight effect, it gives you this kind of wide, even illumination that makes you feel so much more confident riding at night. To put this in perspective, my Alti 400 V2, which is an amazing light, has a 15-degree beam angle. The HORI 900, 46-degree beam angle. So the beam angle on this light is more than triple the beam angle of this light. The second standout feature is, and I'll use this as an example, it has a mount on the top. So you can have lights on the top, a secondary light, or you can have your Garmin mount on the top here, or another computer, the IGPSPORT. You can add that to the top here, so you've got the light at the bottom and the Garmin or the IGPSPORT at the top. You can also fit Wahoo computers and GoPro attachments. I've got a GoPro here. It comes with all the attachments, so you can stick this on the top here. It really is so versatile. Now, this might sound like a small thing, but it completely cleans up your handlebars and makes everything just feel more integrated. And as with all Magicshine products, the quality, the build quality is exceptional. Solid aluminium construction that feels like it could survive being run over by a truck. And at 900 lumens, it kind of hits that sweet spot where you have serious power for dark country roads, but it's also not so intense that it's kind of wasteful for city riding. Battery life is quite good too, 30.5 hours on the lowest setting, and even on full blast, the full 900 lumens, you get 1.5 hours. It's IPX6 waterproof, which means rain, puddle splashes, and even pressure washing your bike won't damage it, though I still wouldn't recommend pointing a pressure washer directly at your electronic devices. That would be silly. And at only 107 grams, it's noticeably lighter than comparable lights. For a reference, the Alti 800 V2 weighs in at about 160 grams, so you are saving a bit of weight on your handlebars. There's also a companion app that lets you customize modes, adjust brightness levels, and connect it to their remote system. Magicshine calls this their FTR light sync system, front light, tail light, and remote. That's what FTR stands for. One button press turns on both your front and rear lights simultaneously, and they even flash in sync, which does look pretty cool. This level of innovation is exactly why I really like companies like Magicshine. While other manufacturers are still selling 7-year-old designs with outdated micro USB ports, I'm looking at you, Trek, Magicshine keeps pushing forward with genuinely useful features. So if you've ever tried any of Magicshine's lights, let me know in the comments. Genuinely curious, because like I said, I've got maybe 15 of them, I think, at this point. I really do like their lights, the build quality, the features, the innovations. I don't know, I really like the bike lights that they sell. They just seem to be better than a lot of other lights at the same price. Anyway, talking of other lights at the same price, although a lot cheaper, the BUCKLOS X10500 front and rear lights. Now, the reason why I wanted to test these lights out is because they've sold over 2,000 units on AliExpress with 359 reviews averaging 4.9 stars. So they're one of, if not the most sold and highest reviewed bike lights on AliExpress. Now, these aren't quite built to the same standard as the Magicshine lights. I mean, it's night and day touching them. The weight difference, this is very plasticky, this is very metally, aluminium-y. And the weight difference, these are lighter than these. They'd have just so much better build quality, but at a fraction of the price, these BUCKLOS lights offer incredible value for money. If you need kind of reliable, no-nonsense budget lights that just work. The front light pumps out 350 lumens, which is seriously bright for something this compact and affordable. The rear light will give you 100 lumens, which is more than sufficient for visibility. Both are IP65 waterproof, meaning they're completely sealed against dust and road grime while handling heavy rain and water sprays without any issues. One feature I really do like is the dual beam option on the front light. So you can switch between spotlight modes for traffic or populated areas and floodlight mode for empty country roads where you want to kind of maximize the area coverage. The only other downside, and some people might see this as a bonus, is that they have a lot of modes. The front light has 8 different settings. The rear light has 9. And honestly, many of these modes are so similar that you'll probably just find your favorite 2 or 3 or probably just 1 and stick with that one setting, that one mode. These lights are currently on a massive sale on AliExpress, which is exactly the kind of deal I hunt for constantly. Speaking of which, I've just launched a weekly newsletter where I share these exact types of discounts along with my top AliExpress gear recommendations each week. It's completely free, and I'll drop the sign up link to the description if you do want access to these deals. Next, we have the IGPSPORT BSC 100S Smart Bike Computer. That is a mouthful. So this cycling computer is the single most sold and highly reviewed GPS unit on AliExpress. Over 5,000 units sold with 1,478 reviews, averaging 4.9 stars, at least at the filming of this video. With numbers like that, I had to test it myself. So this computer perfectly represents what this YouTube channel is all about. When I first got into cycling, everything was expensive. The bike, the helmet, the shoes, the jersey, the Garmin, it added up incredibly quickly. That's exactly why I started hunting for budget alternatives that don't sacrifice performance. Now, the BCS 100S is a perfect example of this philosophy. So I bought the Garmin Edge 840 about 10 months ago, and I paid full price. It cost me about $500, and honestly, I just think it's so expensive compared with what most people actually need. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't mind spending money. I don't have like super tight purse strings. For example, I bought my Garmin Forerunner 570. It came out literally 2 months ago. I paid the full price, $550, but I use it multiple times every day. It's the first thing I check when I wake up in the morning, and it's one of the last things I look at before going to bed. But the Edge 840, I use it maybe twice a week for an hour. And now that I'm doing more indoor training, you can see the jet black Victory trainer behind me for my upcoming Ironman 70.3. I use this Garmin even less. The IGPSPORT does everything I actually need. So it does current speed, average speed, distance, time, and basic navigation. It has a 12-month warranty. It claims 40 hours battery life compared to the Garmin's 26 hours. And it's IPX7 waterproof, the same level as the Garmin. So for literally 1/10 of the price, meaning you can buy 10 of these for one of these, I just think this is amazing value for money. The 1,478 reviewers, in my opinion at least, definitely weren't wrong. This is a genuinely excellent computer. Now, there are other models available, but I can only vouch for this one since this is the only one I bought with my own money, by the way, and tested. Next, we have the Magicshine AIRRO Mini Tyre Inflator. So this is the first tyre inflator that Magicshine have actually released. They did give me this unit for free to review, by the way. But as always, my opinions are completely mine. So at just 145 grams, this is small enough to fit in a jersey pocket or saddlebag, which immediately makes it more practical than carrying the big traditional pumps. The accuracy is impressive too, with in 1.5 psi every time, which eliminates guesswork and prevents overinflation that can damage tyres or tubes. It comes with adapters for different types of valves, plus a ball needle and extension hose for other inflation needs. It will also deliver 3 to 4 inflations to 80 psi on a full charge, and when it does run out, it only takes about 45 minutes to fully charge via USB-C. And as with everything that Magicshine makes, the build quality is really good. Machined aluminium construction with impact resistance. There's even this rubber case that you can put on it, but I just love the design. So I feel like the case, although it would help with protection, I just like how it's designed. It's very clever. It even has a transparent window. You probably can't see this very well on camera, but you can see the internal mechanics working. It's one of those products that feels premium the moment you pick it up. I have a manual floor pump at home, but honestly, I can't remember the last time I used it because these electric pumps are just so much more convenient, especially when you're out on a ride and need to just kind of adjust pressure quickly. I would say the only real downside is noise. This thing is loud, so if you're trying to sneak out for an early morning ride at Sunday 4 AM without waking anyone up, pumping your tyres with these will definitely announce your departure to the entire house. So for those situations, okay, maybe a manual pump would probably be the stealthier option, but for convenience and reliability, this is a solid piece of kit, and you can buy it directly from Magicshine or through AliExpress. I'll link both options in the description below. Now, onto the LAMEDA 2039 bike gloves. So quick disclaimer, LAMEDA did send me out these gloves to review, but they didn't pay me for the coverage and they have no idea what I'm going to say. And when manufacturers send products for review, it helps keep this channel financially sustainable because buying all of this stuff costs a lot of money. Anyway, after a year ago, when I started taking my Ironman 70.3 training more seriously and doing like 60, 70 plus kilometer rides regularly, I realized I needed better hand protection because when you crash a bike, your hands, of course, are usually the first things to hit the ground as you try to break your fall. Now, I'd been using these Giro Trixter gloves, which are decent gloves to be fair, but I'll try them both on. But these LAMEDA 2039s are significantly more comfortable. So they're fingerless, as you can see, so they don't offer the same protection as the full finger gloves, but they have more palm padding than the Giros, which is, of course, very important because that's kind of usually, I guess, the first part of your body that hits the ground when you fall off the bike. The fingerless design also means perfect touchscreen compatibility. With full finger gloves, of course, you can use your phone, but it is slightly awkward. And for quick tasks like unlocking your phone or just kind of quickly checking navigation, this is fine, but typing a message usually means I would have to take my gloves off, but with these LAMEDA gloves, I of course don't need to. The only downside to fingerless gloves, other than slightly less protection along the fingers, is when you're riding in bright sun, your fingertips can get tanned while the rest of your fingers stay pale, which may look a bit odd if you care about that, but that's really just personal preference. And between fingerless and full finger designs, I really do like the fingerless. These LAMEDA gloves are so much more comfortable than the Giro Trixters, and these are comfortable. These are really comfortable gloves, but these are just next level comfortable. But it, like I say, depends whether you like fingerless or whether you like fingered gloves. Next is the LAMEDA Trending Men's Cycling Jersey. This jersey is designed for casual cyclists and offers incredible comfort, and I really do mean it's incredibly comfortable. With its breathable 3D mesh fabric, it's perfect for hot, humid conditions, and for sizing reference, I'm 183 centimeters and 75 kilograms. Now, I got the EU US XL, and this is genuinely one of the most comfortable jerseys I own for two reasons. Firstly, the material is incredibly soft, almost luxurious feeling. Secondly, I probably could have sized down one size, so it's quite relaxed around the waist when I'm in the riding position. The advantage of this loose fit is it's pure comfort. I'm not a fan of super tight race fit jerseys that just kind of feel restrictive. The disadvantage is that it's slightly less aerodynamic, though for most casual riding, this shouldn't or isn't probably a concern. LAMEDA calls this a beginner-friendly cut, which I'd agree with. It features a zipper hem to stay in place, 3 back pockets for essentials, and a self-locking zipper for easy adjustment during rides. Now, like I say, this is probably, I would say it's maybe the most comfortable jersey in my collection, and I own quite a few jerseys. It's perfect for warm weather riding where comfort trumps every other consideration. The other LAMEDA jersey that I have is the Zenith. Now this uses slightly thicker material than the trending model, which makes it feel more durable and provide kind of a tighter, more athletic fit or more race fit. The moisture wicking fabric pulls sweat away quickly while accelerating evaporation, keeping you dry even in intense heat. The minimalist low collar design ensures maximum neck ventilation for all day comfort, and the overall construction feels just more structured, I'd say, than the trending jersey. I really appreciate LAMEDA's approach to cycling. They occupy that sweet spot between cheap products that might fall apart quickly and expensive gear that's overpriced for what you get. The products feel like somewhere in the middle where they're very good quality for the price. The products feel well made and durable without breaking the bank. I'm in the editing stage of this video and LAMEDA have literally just sent over an email with a 15% discount, and you buy directly from their website. You can use the 15% discount code MIKE15 at checkout to get, of course, a 15% discount. So I'll drop these links and the coupon code in the description below. I want to talk about the LAMEDA LS350s. So these glasses feature photochromic lenses that automatically adapt to changing light conditions, providing seamless transitions as conditions change throughout your ride. Lightweight aerodynamic frame includes an adjustable nose pad here and memory metal temples for a secure, customized fit that stays comfortable for hours. They also have built-in prescription compatible up to -4.0, which is obviously a big advantage for riders who need vision correction. Strategically placed vents reduce wind resistance, making them ideal for high-speed cycling for long rides. Now, I actually bought some Rockbros photochromic glasses for about half the price of these LAMEDAs, but the difference in build quality is immediate as soon as you pick them up. So the Rockbros feel cheaper and make, and you can hear this, an annoying creaking sound. They just don't feel amazing quality. I mean, like I say, they were half the price of the LAMEDAs, but the LAMEDA glasses feel significantly more premium and a lot quieter too. So when it comes to eye protection, I personally wouldn't feel comfortable going super cheap, but I also think that most people don't need $250 Oakleys. So these LAMEDAs, at least in my opinion, they kind of hit that sweet spot or that middle ground, let's say, between good quality at a reasonable price. Now, LAMEDA also gave me these LAMEDA 550 cycling glasses. So these are the upgraded versions, and they just feel a little bit more premium than these. So if you go for hierarchy, or if you go in order of build quality, you've got the Rockbros, then you've got the LAMEDA 350s, then you've got the LAMEDA 550s. So just to give you an audio representation of these sunglasses build quality, that's what the Rockbros sounds like. This is what the LAMEDA sounds like. A lot quieter, a lot better build quality. Now, these are enhanced photochromic lenses that particularly work well in low light conditions. So if you're riding in full afternoon sun, dark lenses, of course, might be better, but these excel during those kind of late afternoon or kind of early evening or even early morning rides before the sun is fully up. UV 400 protection shields your eyes from harmful rays, while the anti-fog coating ensures clarity in all weather conditions. The lightweight TR90 frame and adjustable memory nylon temples provide a secure, comfortable fit that you'll quickly forget you're wearing. The TAC lenses enhance visibility by boosting contrast, which makes low light rides significantly safer, and both the LS350 and the LS550 extremely comfortable to wear, the type of comfort where when you put them on, you soon forget that they're there. The photochromic technology works smoothly and quickly adapting to changing conditions without the harsh transitions you sometimes get with cheaper adaptive lenses. So, like with everything of this video, I will drop links in the description below. Now, onto my YKYWBIKE men's cycling shorts. I hate the name, I love the bib shorts. So these bib shorts are among the most sold cycling products on AliExpress, with over 5,000 units sold and 1,328 reviews averaging 4.9 stars. I'll be honest, I was initially skeptical for two reasons. First, the brand name, YKYWBIKE in all caps, doesn't exactly inspire confidence. Secondly, I'm extremely picky about bib shorts. The slightest discomfort and I'm out. But I thought, okay, 1,328 reviews, averaging 4.9 stars, they can't all be wrong, right? At $30, I decided to take the chance. I bought these with my own money. Worst case scenario, I'd make a video about how terrible they are and toss them in the closet, never to see them again. But when they arrived and I tried them on, they're really, really good. They're genuinely really good. The first thing I noticed was how soft and premium they feel. And it's hard to describe how through screen. I can't do a softness audio test with these, but both materials used, like you've got two materials, you've got these checkered materials here and you've got this type of softer material here, but they both feel really good quality. And for sizing reference, I'm 183 centimeters and 75 kilograms, and I chose Asian XL, which equals EU large. I could have probably gotten away with Asian large, so one size lower, but I do prefer cycling clothes slightly looser rather than slightly too tight. Now, these are really very comfortable, which is why they've become one of my favorite AliExpress purchases so far. I really wasn't expecting this level of comfort. I've tried everything from $10 cheap AliExpress shorts to $80 mid-range decathlon shorts to $260 top-of-the-line Map Alt Road Cargo 2.0 shorts. And these YKYWBIKE shorts offer the best value for money of any of the bib shorts that I've tested. The chamois is well positioned and provides excellent cushioning without kind of feeling too bulky. The bib straps are comfortable and don't dig in during long rides. The leg grippers stay in place without being restrictive. At $30, they're competing with shorts costing, double, even triple more and winning on comfort and value. So if you've been hesitant to try cycling bib shorts because of the price on AliExpress, or because maybe you don't want to buy a dud, these are an excellent entry point that won't compromise your riding experience. And if you like this video, I made another one recently about 15 incredible cycling accessories from AliExpress. You can click on this card here, or you can click here for my #1 favorite bike upgrade out of everything I've reviewed. It's the Elite Wheels ENT 2.0 carbon wheels. You can watch that video by clicking on the card on the screen there.